Hello guys, this is Julia, and I was just going to show you how I've been transplanting the seeds that sprout in my egg cartons to other containers. That's kind of their intermediate step before they get put into a larger bucket. Right now I went ahead and labeled the containers with what I'll be putting in them, as well as with the date that I'm doing this. And these cups have holes drilled in the bottom. This has holes in the bottom for drainage. And I'm going to put soil in those and then transplant the sprouts. Okay, so I have filled each of these containers with soil, and I will now actually use this plastic spoon to pull up the sprouts and place them in a small hole that I'll dig in the containers. I just figured this spoon was a good choice just because it seems to be about the same size as little egg carton holes, and I do believe the egg cartons are supposed to be biodegradable and just kind of dissolve whenever you plant with them, but I didn't want to take the chance that they wouldn't, because I want my plants to grow and be successful. So I decided to skip that possibility that it didn't quite do what it was supposed to do. So I'm going to do a Roma tomato transplant first, and I'm just going to kind of make a little hole here because I know the full thing of soil won't come up with a spoon, but that'll be enough for the plant to lay in there, and I can push the soil back over it however I need to. So there's that. And this lovely little plant here is a Roma tomato seedling. So I'm just going to put that in the hole that I made. And I try to do this pretty carefully. I had more than one seed in each of these places. There may actually be more than one that I pull up and that grows out of it. I just try to be a little bit gentle with it. Set it in that hole. I've kind of gotten over my being afraid to touch the plants. That's got a kind of a clump in it. It doesn't seem to have been bothering any of them too much. So I just kind of put it in there at the same level it was at in the egg carton. And when I'm done doing that with all of the seeds, I will water them. So I'm going to go ahead now and transplant the rest of the sprouted seedlings into these containers, and I will water them after that and place them with the rest of the bigger container seedlings. So right now I'm working on transplanting my first zucchini seedling, and I just wanted to show you how amazing that little root system is already. He was hard to dig out of that egg carton, and you can see how little the sprout was, but look at that. I think that's pretty cool. I know I showed you guys lemon cucumber root like this yesterday as well, or Saturday, but I think that's pretty cool. And when I have a seedling that I realize has a really big root system like this, I actually dig it down a little bit deep and try to let that root get kind of deep in there. And I definitely make sure all the roots get covered up and try to leave that sprout up on top. See, that's about how it was sprouted up in the egg carton. I just didn't want it to smother as some of my other ones did. So that's how I'm going to leave that one. Okay, so as you can see, I now have a little sprouted seedling in each of the containers. And now I'm just going to water these. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually doing this inside today because it's raining outside. I'm going to take these over to the sink and just gently run water over it until it drains out of the bottom. That way I know that the soil's wet all the way through. And when I water, I'll determine when I need to water when it's dry. You know, the first knuckle deep or so. That seems to be pretty good. And I understand that with smaller containers, it may require more watering than if it was, say, in the ground or in a larger planter. So I'll definitely let you guys know how that goes and keep you updated. So right now I'm going to water them. Okay, these seedlings have now been watered and they will be placed with the others that I've prepared. Now, if you're wondering why the zucchini got a bigger container and the rest of them got smaller ones, I'm doing one large container of each type of plant I planted and then smaller containers for the rest. I don't really know what my thinking was for that, other than maybe it'd be easier to determine which ones I wanted to use, thinking the first ones to sprout might be the strongest. And if I, give to family members or friends some of these, then I'm not losing, anything other than a cup. That's the best that I can remember as to why I decided to do it that way. But I'm going to go put these with their little partners, and I hope that you enjoyed this, that it was helpful in understanding how I've been transplanting the seedlings from the egg cartons into their own containers. Bye!